Now, I am of the mind that small business owners, leaders, managers who tend to have less time, money, people resources than, say, other organizations tend to be some of the most creative and innovative. And oftentimes it is by force or it's just almost inherent to the way that you have been running your business or your organization out of like necessity almost. You get what I'm saying? But I also find that there are a lot of small business owners and leaders who also tend to shy away from encouraging their teams or their staff from being too creative or innovative, or they sort of discourage out of the box thinking or free thinking. And it tends to be really fear based. And so I would just like to challenge everyone to maybe just shift their mindset a bit. And I really do get that the number one reason for this school of thought is that a lot of times when leaders, managers, or owners they hear these bright new ideas, they automatically see dollar signs and they see these dollars flying out the window or burning up in the trash can. And it could simply be because today you don't feel like you have access to the dollars or the money or the currency required, right? And some of these ideas that you or your team might be coming up with are truly cost prohibitive. That's real, right? We get that. But again, I want to challenge you all to think more long term. To just shift that mindset, shift where you are today just a little bit and think, what if? What if that idea, what if this new thing that whoever suggested to you or that you read about, what if it works? And what if it not only works, but what if it works for you and your team and your business and your operation and your customer? What if it works? What if it's actually better? What if it creates a significant improvement for you and the way that you all do things today? Just what if? What would it look like? And you may already have an idea in the back of your mind that's kind of been burning a hole in your head or that's just been tickling you, that you've been sitting with, that is just a reoccurring theme for you this month or this year. Just think, what if that thing worked? What if it made things, everything, processes, systems, relationships, output better? What if? Making space for creativity is really going to encourage and feed and build that culture of innovation that I think you want. I think most people want to exist within their business and within their workplace and workspace. It keeps your team and your customers engaged, and not just engaged, it keeps them curious in the work that you're doing. It keeps them wanting to learn more about what you're doing, and then also learning more about what others are doing, how it's relative, how it's relevant, how it aligns with what's going on in the marketplace, what your customers are asking for, etc., etc. And this, of course, is going to keep you competitive. That's what we want, right? And side note, if you're looking to hire or bring on new staff, having a reputation for being creative, for making space for creativity, and encouraging your team and your people to be innovative is going to help you to attract some of the best talent. And that's who you want. You want the folks who are smart. You want the folks who are resourceful. You want the folks who are curious. You want the folks who are going to be proactive about learning. You want the folks who are going to be excited to come to work for you and with you every day, right? So again, what if this new thing, this new idea, what if it worked? And in many cases, it may not even be the cost that's holding you back. It could simply be fear of change. Lots of us have that fear, that little burning in our chest. Oh my God, everything's going to fail. They're going to laugh at us. It's not going to go right. Maybe you're worried about what your customers or your investors might think if you do change, if you do try something new. And I'll be honest, that's valid. It's valid. But at the same time, maybe it is time to invest in your product development. Maybe it is time to invest in doing some research. I always say that 20% of your work week should be spent working towards continuous improvement and how you could become better and filling in those gaps that you know exist today. 20% of your time should be allocated towards supporting what's new and what's coming. Again, if you want to stay competitive. So I would say if it is fear that is holding you back, maybe it's time to educate. Educate yourself and educate your staff. This could be a book, it could be a course, it could be a show, it could be a YouTube video, it could be news articles. It doesn't necessarily have to cost anything in order to educate yourself. There are libraries all over the place. But definitely start with where you are today. Identify the inefficiencies in your current model and see where you could create more room to grow and to breathe just across and throughout your organization right now. Challenge yourself to work on developing a more scalable business model, a model that would allow you to support a significant amount of growth in your operations, or in your business or in your orders. And if it's realistic, maybe even start to think about securing more financing. But don't kill the seeds of creativity that exist on your team today. Don't discourage people from being innovative or from thinking out of the box. Encourage it, foster it. You should be nurturing the free thinkers in your organization. That is probably one of your best and number one investments that you could make because they're always going to figure out a way to get it done. And they're interested and they're curious and they care about the customers and they care about being exceptional and great. So nurture creativity, create a space for it, make time for it, and be great.